All right, Ticket Tuesday. We're doing something different this week. We're live from Schenectady, New York, in the neighborhood, in the hood, with my friend Dave Pryzbylo. And Dave, one of the things I've gotten to know from Dave over the last 5 years of living in the neighborhood is his basketball experience. His wife Trish and he own Technical Resources, and you help find employees for businesses and technical roles around the country, not just Schenectady.
Exactly.
Now, one of the cool things is, and I had learned this since we've known each other, is how big your father was in Schenectady basketball. And I think it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago, they named the basketball court at Schenectady High School after your dad, Walt.
They did, and the gym's named after Pat Riley. Yeah, he graduated from Mount Pleasant High School, early 40s. He went to Long Island University, played for Claire B., who was one of the best coaches in the nation at that time. Only played 1 year as a freshman, and then the war started. So he came back, went to Siena, transferred out, went to Cortland, and that's where he finished. He came back to Schenectady. He got a job at Knott Terrace, which is Schenectady Winton High School.
Right.
And he started from there and just had great teams from the day he started, till the day he passed away. I mean, he had great players. One of his best players was Barry Kramer.
Yep.
Barry Kramer was a first-team All-American, trade All-American from Schenectady, and he kind of put Schenectady on a map as far as basketball, because he was probably one of the best players in the nation as a senior. He went to New York University, and at that time, New York University was one of the best basketball programs in the nation. And when he was a junior, he was, College Basketball Player of the Year in some publications, magazines. And he was phenomenal. Definitely the best player that ever came out of this area, if you take Sam Perkins away, because Sam came up from New York City.
Right.
So to this day, he probably is the most talented player to ever come out of the area. So he had coached him. Before him, he had other players that were all conference in college, that went on to coach and successful jobs. Had Pat Riley a few years after Barry. So he had two of the best players in the nation from Schenectady, in the early 60s. And of course, Pat went to Kentucky, did well there, went to the Lakers, did well there. Then he coached the Lakers. Every player that has come back, to this day, they take me on the side and they're like, your father made me. Without him, I'd be in the streets, or without him, I would have never made it.
That's an amazing feeling, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Yeah, it is. And, it's just not one or five. It's like a whole slew of people. So I'm like, holy cow. And, when I was in high school, he was still there, and I saw it. I saw what he did. He could talk to kids, and, he just did real well.
So, when I really became aware of him was when they had the court naming. I came down there, and it was such an impressive ceremony. It was great to see and experience and learn a little bit about some more of the history of Schenectady, because I'm a transplant, so I was post Walt Pryzbylo.
Right, and Schenectady was a place for basketball. And I was surprised they did that, because they named the whole gymnasium after Pat Riley, the whole athletic complex. And Chuck Abel, who was a superintendent of schools at the time, said, "Hey, we really need to do something for Walt, because everybody who's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame says I'm here because of Walt Pryzbylo, or Walt Pryzbylo had a great influence on me." So they did, and I was impressed too. I mean, I saw the name on the court, and he always told me, he goes, "They're going to name this gym after me someday." And I'm like, "Dad, I don't, is that really important?" And they did.